It's time. Well, time to play the game. Yes, that's right, everybody. It's time to play the game, and I'm gonna get big time grounded for spitting. Don't tell my grandma. Don't tell my granny. Ugh.
Hey guys, what's up? Master Thrower, Wrestle Raptor, right here doing a freaking sick review of the SH Figuarts Triple H. Now, sorry I did that little spitting segment. That was just a throwback to old school Tommy. Like this video if you got that reference.
Now, if you've been watching my SH Figuarts series, the WWE SH Figuarts series, you will have known that I said that the first release, Stone Cold, was one of the best Stone Cold figures ever released, if not the best. And then I said that the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was disappointing. Now, will this guy continue the disappointing trend, or will it get me back into buying the SH Figuarts? Because I was highly disappointed in The Rock and SH Figuarts as a brand after that. It's crazy to think just a simple action figure could totally turn me off. So let's open up this package. On the back of the box you can see it says "The Game, the King of Kings, the King of Kings," and then a bunch of Japanese writing, but it says WWE and "The Game," and then a bunch of Japanese, and it says "Pedigree." On the side it shows a very bad image of Triple H that doesn't even look like him that much, but let's just open this up. That was a quick package display. Here the figure is. You can see his accessories. He comes with taped up hands, untaped hands, water bottle, sledgehammer, because pretty much every single Triple H figure comes with a sledgehammer, and then 2 extra heads. I'm noticing right now this is looking a little paltry next to the Stone Cold and Rock release. Those were loaded up with tons of accessories, while I feel like this guy doesn't have that many. Let's take him out of the box though and check out Articulation right off the bat, because I know that's what a lot of people are interested in. Now, you have a lot of articulation with these guys, which is really nice. You can move them a lot more than you ever could with Mattel figures, which is really helpful if you want to recreate their classic moves. But as I said in my Rock review, it's really upsetting that SH Figuarts, unlike Figma, does not include stands with their figure, which I think as wrestlers, gravity really plays a part in a lot of their moves. So without a stand, sometimes like the people's elbow, you need it to actually recreate that movement, and it's upsetting that Figuarts doesn't do that. But this guy has like the classic Figuarts articulation. You're gonna get a lot more than you'll ever get with a Mattel figure, unless Mattel decides to step on up and decide to copy the Marvel Legends articulation format. But I don't know if that'll happen, because it seems like you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And it seems like Mattel are definitely stuck in their ways. But this is Triple H. You saw that articulation. It's pretty good. This is like the most traditional Triple H attire. Looks quite similar to the Triple H figure I previously reviewed on my channel. Not exactly the same figure in the design and whatnot, but relatively similar. And you can just see, like, face-wise, the Figuarts screams Triple H when compared to the Mattel. Like, that's really good, but there's something funky going on with his hairline. Like, his head is fully sculpted, it looks great, and then you get to his hair and suddenly it's like flat as anything. Weird. But yeah, they did a really good job printing his face onto the sculpting that out. That's really good. And it is removable, so you get 2 other Triple H heads. Is it difficult to take the head out? Let's see. All right, and then you're stuck with this weird alien format. And as I said, it comes with 2 extra heads, so he could be screaming Triple H, screaming! Or he could be just like classic, goofy, smiling Triple H. I'm unsure if switching out the heads actually fixes the problem with that hair, so that's certainly an issue going forward with this figure. Like, looking at it at the side, you can see it's a fully shaped head. You can see that it looks like a head should look, but for some reason it's so flat in the front. That's the big error. I don't know why. Maybe it's because when you have your hair pulled back, it's not like a straight across type of thing like you see there. Like, look at the Mattels. Even though the head looks totally ridiculous, you can see that the top of the hairline, it's like an N, where in the Figuarts it's more just like a straight line or something. But probably my biggest disappointment with The Rock was that to switch his head, you had to physically remove his head, like the whole part. I do think that this is a better way to do it, just removing the faceplate, because I was having a lot of difficulty with pegs coming out, not being able to remove stuff from the pegs, and this is certainly an advancement in that degree. But let's swap out his hand, see if that is easy. Now the cool thing about these hands and stuff is it reminds me of classic Toy Biz. You got articulation in that hand, so you can move some of his fingers so he can hold on to his bottle or his sledgehammer, and then recreate like classic Triple H poses of him holding his water bottle in his hand. The hold isn't as tight as I'd like it to be, because that water bottle is just slipping and sliding in that hand, but he does hold it. Unless you're buying this figure to play with, I don't think you'll have a problem with any slippage. Like, it's definitely there and it's definitely slipping, but I'm sure most people are just buying this figure to display, to put it in a pose, and that's, in my mind, certainly fine to have a little bit of slippage. It's not like I saw with the WWE Mattel Boogeyman and how he just couldn't hold on to his spooky stick. So let's wrap this figure up. I remember like a few years ago, maybe 1 or 2, you were able to get Figuarts figures for about $30, $40 before shipping. But then they got the Star Wars license. They started making really crazy different types of figures with the printing of the face, so it looks really nice on there. And they started charging around $60 per figure. And in my mind, that's too much. It's just too much. There's a line to draw with action figures where it just becomes way too expensive for what you're releasing. And I certainly think that's the problem with this Triple H figure. I'm gonna say, like the Stone Cold, this is the best Triple H figure. It has the best likeness on a Triple H figure for this style with this hair. If you want short hair, I think Mattel's Triple H, absolutely. It looks great with their short hair. But this guy, it's just the way the hairline meets, it just really bothers me. But I think it's still the best Triple H. Like, it's nowhere near, like, yeah, it's the best looking Triple H. But it's way too expensive. It's extremely fragile, so no one's gonna buy it to play with. This is just going to be bought to sit on your shelf. You're gonna pose it in some degree, I guess, but then again, everyone always brings up the aesthetics of the figure and how they don't really hide the articulation. And sure, this is very similar to how a Marvel Legends would look with the butterfly joint, but are wrestling fans ready for butterfly joints? Everyone always says, oh, it looks like he's wearing a bra. Like, that's literally all the comment section is for most of The Rock and the Stone Cold. And maybe it looks like he's wearing a bra, but then again, that torso crunch on the Mattels, I always say that looks not very good. I think that it's just people aren't used to this articulation when it comes to wrestling fans and stuff like that. But for people that are into anime and stuff like that, they know this articulation, they know what they're getting with it. And I personally, it doesn't bother me that much. I don't see the bra as other people do. I just see articulation, you know? But still, this is overpriced. It's a bit better than The Rock, but I just can't handle the hairline. That it's like such a small thing, but it's just really bothering me. And maybe if they threw in, yet again, if they threw in like something more to make it the $60 plus shipping, so I probably paid like $80 for this figure. The price of like one of these Mezco figures where you get full on fabric, multiple heads, multiple hands, a stand, so much for that price. And yet I get just this and I'm left disappointed. I'm left wanting more. So this is probably the last time I pay full price for an SH Figuarts WWE figure, because they're really solid and some of the best wrestling figures we have yet. But there are certain flaws that are holding it back, and certainly it's not at the price point that I'd want it to be. And it's not at a price point that I think most wrestling fans are willing to pay. Are you willing to pay? Are you sticking with this line? Or are you like me and going back to just Mattel, hoping that somewhere these get cheaply discounted in the future and then pick them up that way? Let me know in the comments what you're gonna do, and I'll see you guys in the next review.